groovy.
Where's Edward?
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Go over there and hit the fucking like button. All right, you hit it now. You motherfucking hit the fucking like. I just told you to hit the motherfucking like button. So you gotta do it right now. Do it.
Okay, welcome to Small Screen Stories. I am not Edward Lauder or Sil Abdul. Let's say hi to Danzig. He's having an interview at Hamada Burger. Yes, that's true. Hello, Reese. How's it going? Let me get you your clip here.
I've seen you before. You're the asshole on TV.
Okay. And I don't know who that is because that just ruins the whole gag here. Hello, Jedi Master EJ. How's it going? Danzig? Hey, you sleep dreaming of a perfect world where WB have restored the Snyderverse. Amber has only one accent, not five, and that he controls the clips and not James. I don't know if he would like that or not.
No, but actually, what I know that if it does feel like this is me kind of shitting all over Amber Heard, but I will say one thing about one thing about that nightmare sequence.
Actually,
One thing about the nightmare sequence
I'm not
is
shooting on you.
she might shit on your bed first, though.
she's terrible in that scene. She's terrible in it. And what she's like, I will defeat all people, and then she's going around with two bloody boxes of water. I'm like, so you're only useful if you carry around two bloody boxes of water in a fucking nightmare.
But she's wearing the shit out of that suit, though, son.
Yeah, that's not an excuse. Her character in that scene is useless.
Yep, useless. As you guys can tell, I'm not afraid of dead air, so that's okay. Dollfry, what's up?
Hello there.
Beard of Zeus, how you doing?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Well, that was today's show. We're not sure where Edward is. He might be in meetings right now for Captain Marvel, or he might have been taken away by the Hamada Burger Police. We don't know yet. I got a couple people backstage. It's always hilarious to watch the reactions because they can't see me watching them. Yeah. And yeah, is that it for comments? Because it's just a comment show, guys. Like, we're done now. So, all right, Danzig. No Kazakhs. That sucks. All right.
What's up?
Hello.
Y'all doing all right?
Yeah, how are you doing?
Oh, pretty good.
Excellent. I see James has abandoned us here in the middle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's out of the scene again.
Yeah. I asked him what we were talking about, and
Where's Edward?
Where is Edward? Seems like a fairly easy problem to solve, but you'd assume James would be able to figure it out pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Send him a message, perhaps.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's he at?
Thought he was in the chat earlier.
Yeah, I thought we seen him there.
Yeah. I don't know if he still is, but he was earlier. Oh, yeah, he's still there. Here we go, James. We found him for you. Mission accomplished. Good show. Applause to everyone. So you must be a Star Wars fan with a name like that.
Oh, yeah. It's anything sci-fi, pretty much.
Oh, really? So anything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Star Trek. I go both ways sometimes on sci-fi.
Gotcha. So what do you think of Star Wars right now?
I love Mando.
Yeah.
Well, who doesn't? But I don't know about the last trilogy. I'm not a huge fan. I watched them, but it's like I always felt Rey Skywalker just didn't fit. The way they played it out.
Yeah. I'm not a huge Star Wars guy. I grew up with the original trilogy, so I have a pretty fond memory of them. But I didn't like.
No.
I've seen you before. You're the asshole on TV.
All right, so Reese has a good question here. What's the best conspiracy theory you can come up with as to why Edward is missing? And Danzig says he's quite optimistic where Star Wars goes next. Yeah, I am too. I don't know where those guys came from. I think we're stuck in a time vortex or something right now, or some parallel dimension. The Multiversity by Hamada Burger. That's what it's. Oh, by the way, since no one has commented in the previous live videos, this contest still stands. Let me find it.
Wish I held onto a little piece of that thing, because the buzz is any indicator, that movie's gonna make some huge bank.
What buzz?
The internet buzz.
What the fuck is the internet?
The internet is a communications tool used the world over where people can come together to bitch about movies and share pornography with one another.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
On today's episode, we have a contest from hamadaburger.com. Organically sourced, 100% BS. Enter to win a Hamada Burger t-shirt or mug. All you have to do is like, subscribe, and comment your preference of a tea or mug. Bonus points for suggesting a menu item. hamadaburger.com. You'll like it because we told you to. Hamada Burger.
Hey, welcome, Peter. Hello, EJ.
What's up?
I didn't. I guess no one expects accents, but I never pictured you or heard you with that accent, EJ.
With the southern accent, with the
Yeah.
twang.
Someone said I had a Canadian accent yesterday. It doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. So, for those of you who don't know, EJ makes a bunch of Hamada Burger and Star Trek memes, and he's getting to be quite the genius at it. And yeah,
Thanks.
Danzig, he's the one who sent me that Jay and Silent Bob one, and Trench Toast and Hamada Enchilada. Great. Tuali don't know where Edward is either, so if yoy. I think Alessia needs another drink.
Well, I'll drink to that.
Yeah, me too. I'll drink my my root beer.
There you go. I'll beat you to it.
Oh, look, there's Fatal J. Here,
What's up, Jay?
I'm gonna send Fatal J a link. Why not? We're gonna do an open call show to some viewers too. So, Peter, you just recorded a video that I have to edit. What's it about?
It's the review of the third episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah.
We talked about it briefly here on Friday, but yeah, it's just the full review, going through my thoughts of what I liked, what I didn't like, and yeah, it's there's always a lot of meat to dig through shows that are close to an hour in length. So yeah, it's interesting. We'll see where the show goes from there.
Did you watch it a second time before you got your thoughts down?
Yeah.
Was it better or worse than the second time?
It's usually better. I'm pretty critical off the hop. I have high expectations, at least for Marvel. There are other things where the expectations are a lot lower. But so usually when I see it, I'm not disappointed, but the feeling is a little more meh. Then I'll watch it again, and it's usually a happier experience. But it's a good show. If you're into Marvel at all, it's worth checking out. I think a lot of the stuff that might bother me, I don't think would bother a lot of people. I'm very big on plot being coherent.
Right.
And a lot of popular entertainment doesn't care about that. It's it's explosions and one-liners and stuff like that.
Yeah, I need to catch up on it. I haven't watched it yet. I've been so busy with work and
you could wait. It's only going to be 6 episodes. You could just do the whole thing.
Yeah,
I saw an article that said the last episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier already did it in a Star Trek episode. Did you see that? I didn't read it or not.
No, I didn't see that.
Send me a link to that if you can find it.
What's that?
Send me a link to that if you can find it.
Yeah, I think I didn't read it, but what I'm thinking is when Picard went undercover with the eye patch, and you saw, that kind of thing, and they had to go to the nightclub and stuff, same kind of thing.
Okay.
That basic idea of going to the dingy bar because you have to get information out of bad guys is it's a pretty old trope. So I think you go a lot of places to find things that are like that.
I thought it was just clickbait, to be honest with you.
Most things are.
Yeah.
We're going to be like Carmen San Diego now.
every article is clickbait because you want them to click on your site, right? But it's whether if you're misleading or not.
Yeah. Well, misleading, or if the content is just generic
Rubbish.
Yeah, there are sites that'll take basic information, repackage it, and post it as something
We
new.
got this covered.
Oh yeah. I mean, they're the gold star for that.
Like flies on shit. As
Everyone rags on WGTC, but they cover everyone. You know, that's their shtick, and they're unapologetic for it. You know, and they're doing well with it. So I mean,
because
you guys would want to be part of that and get those big bucks, right?
Well,
they're not putting out. I mean, they have their own sources, but I can't say on that aspect. But
I think
I guess it's like the old little magazines, like the rumor magazines back in the day that you used to see everywhere. Yeah.
I was going to say, you know, if your bar of assessment is WGTC, are they successful? Then financially, it's all good. If you're interested in good information, though, they're not a great place to go. They'll publish anything.
They constantly contradict themselves.
Because they publish everyone. Like they publish Small Screen, they publish Geekosity, they publish and a couple others we won't name. But that's their shtick, right? I don't think there's anything wrong with it. They've got that market. They saw a market, and then they went and they cornered it. You know what I mean?
They're making money.
I don't know if they still do this, but one thing they used to do when I used to pay attention to them was anytime they got anything called a scoop, they would say, "This is from the source who gave us X," and it would be anything remotely successful, and that had no bearing on whether the information was any good or not. That to me was what was irritating.
There's another site that does that too, but we're not going to mention their name.
But wait, there's more.
Oh yeah, there's lots of people who try to imitate what they do.
Have I joined the Amber Heard Hour? Is that what this is? Or,
favorite actress?
Where's Edward today? Is he shooting Captain Britain? Come on, I know he's.
I think he's signing the papers.
Meeting with Kevin Feige right now.
Mikey, did you hear that rumor that was going around that Amber Heard had talked to Marvel? This would be a few months ago.
Yeah, I did. Me and James had a big laugh about it. Like every day was something else about Amber Heard. Like she'd get more roles on. I won't say who's saying it, but it was just like she was gonna be in Star Wars. To do the Star Wars offer for her, and I'm like, come on. I mean,
put her in everything. Why not?
Yeah,
why not, right?
Oh, she's gonna be the new Black Widow, right?
Oh, I didn't hear that one. That's pretty funny.
Reboot.
Nope.
All right,
I always said the biggest clickbait bomb would be Amber Heard offered Star Wars role directed by Rian Johnson. Can you imagine the hatred that'll be pouring through?
So many YouTubers would make so much money off of that, though.
Oh god!
Oh my goodness! Wow! Buy a new house.
Yeah, exactly. I'll take 1.5 million views right there. You know?
Oh my goodness!
That would be hilarious.
Don't bullshit me.
We had Arnie go. Mike, you might know this. Sorry, I have a cat who wants to be in the picture.
Amber Heard is a new Skywalker.
So one of the other things that I hear, and I don't pay, again, I'm not a big DC guy. One of the things that I hear often enough that I don't know where this comes from is there are people who say James Wan is a big Amber Heard fan. Is that just people making stuff up, or is there some sort of basis for that?
No, there is a basis for that. Yeah, she's got her biggest fans. Well, if I want to call them fans, but people who really like her over there are Zack Snyder, Walter Hamada, and James Wan. They really, really like her, and that's why she's still there. There's all this controversy about. See, there was this rumor that she was fired. Then the truth came out. All the fans are pissed off. You know?
Yeah.
No, she was never fired.
I don't think they would fire her unless she was caught in something directly illegal. I think they would just let her contract run out if they wanted to let her go.
Yeah, exactly. And apparently, she's really popular overseas.
All right.
And that's why she's so appealing to them. They just love her over. I know people in the Philippines just absolutely love Amber Heard, and they're oblivious to this whole Johnny Depp controversy.
There would
Well,
be publication bans in some countries, I think.
Huh?
I would guess anyway for this kind of stuff. I know some places
Yeah.
do that for domestic issues, but
Yeah.
yeah.
She's got a following. I mean, and certainly AT&T was like, "Why are we doing the trench when Amber Heard film would do better than that?"
So
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, James.
Is this a thing? Reese is saying, what do you think about the theory that the power broker is General Ross?
I just saw that rumor.
The serum to create the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, I heard that theory too. Yeah, I heard that theory too. What do you guys think? You think it's
Do you need him to pretend to be someone else? Why wouldn't General Ross just do it?
Yeah, exactly.
General Ross.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
You know, what was he, secretary of something in Civil War? So what permission does he need to do that?
Unless it's Eno Blonsky, that would be cool.
That would be interesting.
No, we all know it's Mephisto. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
No, the rumor I heard it's MODOK. That's what I heard.
Oh, that's cool.
I think that would be awesome if MODOK shows up at the end there or near the end.
He's a really interesting looking character. It'd be an interesting take on it.
Yeah, I know. Wouldn't he be? I guess just visually, just like, what a weird looking dude, you know?
Well, you'd be ahead of the curve for anyone else having anything remotely like that.
That's true. That's true.
Do you have a theory on the big episode 5 cameo that they're teasing? Well, not cameo, but appearance, I guess.
Yeah. For a while there, I thought it'd be Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's my guess. You know, who knows? It's been very difficult to get any leaks from that show. They really tightened up.
Well, the way the showrunner talked about it is, he said it was a grounded character that he wanted to meet Thor, which is a weird way of putting it, and I don't know who he means. You know, but you know, Steve Rogers has already met Thor. So.
Sorry, Peter. Who said that?
Oh, geez. Well, Malcolm Spellman, the showrunner of Falcon.
Oh, okay.
So he's responsible for this nonsense. You know, and I just don't know who he would mean. I assumed he meant a newer character, but there's so many grounded Marvel characters.
Yeah.
Why would the power broker be Battlestar? That's what I want to know. That's the second time Reese said that this week.
That's so weird. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, Clay Bennett hasn't been given much to work with, but I don't think he's power broker. I think they would have hinted at that.
Reese, you have I put the StreamYard link in the comments. Just hop in and tell us why.
Persuade us.
How many more movies does Scarlett Jo have under contract? I would guess 2 after, or 1 after Black Widow.
Well, she's got one left. Okay.
Yeah. What about you, Mikey?
Don't know the exact number. I know that Black Widow. I don't think Black Widow is the end of her contract.
No, I think there's probably 1 more after that.
Yeah, I don't think that's the end.
Back for Secret Wars, maybe.
Yeah, that could. But I don't know how far off that'll be. That's the thing. I mean, there's a lot more building to do.
Yes. Really do, yeah.
Oh yeah, we wish.
That's pretty funny. Another beardo. Zeus.
Wow.
What if that would happen?
It'd be pretty funny.
So, Mikey,
haircut.
have you hey DLW, what's up? Okay, so Mikey, here's a question for you.
Yeah.
You've already answered this through a bunch of articles, but Rajneesh is saying, how will characters like the Punisher, Blade, and Deadpool fit in the cotton candy PG-toned MCU? Yeah, so you can tell he's a fan of the MCU.
Think that.
No, they won't be toned down for the in a PG property. Marvel Studios is really looking into the having R-rated material after Deadpool comes out. That's their way around much of this. So I don't think. But you know what? I gotta have to say this. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier is a lot more violent than I expected, and so I can really see Moon Knight now, than having no issues. You know, putting him on that streaming channel. Whereas the Punisher, Hulu is going to need content, and then they're going to need Marvel content, and they're going to save a lot of that for Hulu. I don't think they're going to waste the Punisher on Disney Plus. That's where a lot of big budget shows are. Big budget characters, I mean.
Well, I mean, sorry, Mike. I was going to say.
Yeah,
go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I think Disney Plus is really reserved for, the really big budget characters that have maybe more elaborate powers and stuff that they can go back and forth from the theatrical releases. Whereas I don't see the Punisher being that character.
Probably not. No. Let's go say though, like in terms of violence, you can get away with a lot at PG.
Oh yeah.
Where you run into trouble is language, which I don't think is a big deal, and nudity. If you wanted to have nudity, then you're stuck with the R rating. But how many Marvel characters really need language and nudity to function?
Yeah.
Punisher comics are, a lot of them anyway would classify as PG. You get a lot of blood, but he's not swearing and he's not running around naked. So you know what I mean?
For that.
Yes, thanks.
Oh, actually, Dolph Lundgren was naked though in the first Punisher film.
Yeah. That was Lionsgate, right?
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
The new line, wasn't it? It was,
it might have been New Line. Yeah, you're probably right.
It was 19. God, I saw that on a bootleg videotape that was sold at conventions.
Oh, nice.
It wasn't released in theaters, and kids say they don't know what it was like. We didn't have any of this stuff. I mean, I remember waking up like 8 o'clock in the morning to watch Superboy. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's all we had. I mean, we didn't have
Anybody remember the
fucking,
old Dolph Lundgren Punisher?
yeah, I mean that. Like,
Yeah.
that and the oh my god, that Captain America movie that came out
Oh,
with
man.
That's
Jake
hilarious.
Challenger's son.
Yeah,
Oh my
that
god,
movie.
it was so
I remember watching those and Spider-Man, all that stuff.
Good movie, though.
I love that Captain America movie with the rubber ears.
Yeah, the rubber ears.
It's great. It's great.
It was fun for what it was, but my friend bought that at a comic book convention. He was like, couldn't believe we found Captain America. We watched it, and kind of funny, kind of like the 90s version of a post-credit scene. At the end of the tape, somebody snuck on a preview of Batman the Animated Series.
Oh, wow.
And the footage had not been shown anywhere yet. Anywhere. Like, our minds were blown. Like, what?
Yeah.
Because all we saw before that was the Bruce Timm sketches and stuff and designs in magazines. We didn't see anything moving until it had the intro to the show in the back of Captain America.
Wow.
That's
That's how I saw Captain America and Fantastic Four, Roger Corman's, because I got them bootleg too at the Comic Cons.
See that one, and the Justice League TV show never went on the air with
That's rough
the
to
dude
watch.
from MASH.
That one, oh yeah, those costumes. I had a copy, a VHS copy of Surf Nazis Must Die by Troma Films,
Yeah.
and
Classic.
I made a trailer in film school about a bunch of guys, like an action movie. So I put a piece of tape on the VHS of Surf Nazis Must Die, and I put the trailer at the beginning of Surf Nazis Must Die, and then I sold it to Jumbo Video. If someone out there has a copy of Surf Nazis Must Die with my trailer on it.
That's awesome.
Oh, boy.
John, you can't do that anymore these days, unfortunately.
Nope.
I
still
pretty
have
nice
hundreds
VHS
of
The good old
tapes here
days.
still.
Yeah.
Do you really, Mikey? Oh,
Oh
my.
yeah. I even have one Betamax tape left
Wow.
from '86.
It might be
I
worth
still got a
something now.
VCR somewhere.
You get people who collect things like that.
Oh yeah, and they sell them for pretty high prices too, shockingly.
What do you think of that comment there, Peter?
I think it would be a great idea, but there's nothing there in the show that suggests it. And typically, they like planting hints ahead of time, just to let you know. And Lamar Hoskins is barely a character in the show so far. If I was gonna ask you in the show, what is he about? And what he's about is helping out John Walker. He doesn't have any other identity. So he would need more substance to turn out to be the bad guy. I mean, if he is, kudos to you, but I don't think so. I think it's going to be someone else.
You know, it's one thing I haven't looked up, but I should. Maybe you guys know the answer to this. So back in the 50s, when Atlas Comics, because after Timely was Atlas before Marvel Comics, they started publishing Captain America again for a brief period, like a few issues, and you had a Captain America that was fighting communists, and he was beating them up. You know, I think he may have killed one or two of them at a time. And I think they brought back the character decades later, and said that he was a bogus Captain America. He wasn't Steve Rogers, and they brought him back as some kind of psychopath or something. I think in the 80s. And I always thought that was John Walker, but I'm not 100% sure.
No, there's two people that it could be. There's one that Ed Brubaker really got into in his Marvel line.
It was in the Brubaker run, exactly. You remember his name though?
John Steele.
That's it. Steele.
Oh yeah,
it's John Steele.
I was gonna say Nuke, but I knew it wasn't Nuke.
No, it wasn't Nuke. John Steele. That's I know you had John in there. That's why I get him and Walker mixed up.
Yeah, and then there was, after John Steele, there was another guy too who had his own Bucky, right? And that wasn't John Walker, or that wasn't. Who was that? Peter, do you remember?
I don't remember. I did not read a lot of Captain America.
He was Nomad after that for a while, right?
I think you're right, but I cannot remember the name for the life of me.
Okay.
Because Steve Rogers was Nomad for, I don't think for very long, if I remember correctly.
Oh, you're talking about Nomad with the kid, right?
No, that was Steve Rogers, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but there was one when Captain America got frozen in the ice, they created a new Captain America and they had their own Bucky and everything. And he kind of went, I think, was that John Walker? He died. This second Captain America I'm talking about. He was dying because the super soldier serum wasn't working very well. And then how did he die in that Brubaker run? It was at the beginning of Winter Soldier or after Winter Soldier. It was. He was fighting AIM agents or something. I can't remember.
Yeah, anyway. It's been too long. I love that run though. I absolutely love Winter Soldier. And all Ed Brubaker Captain Americas were great.
The problem with that is once you read Ed Brubaker's Winter Soldier, then you have to go read Sleeper and everything else he's written. Hawkeye. And
yeah.
His writing was absolutely brilliant. Gotham Central. It was really cool.
Yeah, I went on a huge Brubaker kick back then. I met him twice.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I met him twice. And I saw him once when I was in front of Starbucks. He was like walking across the street. And just a brilliant writer. Criminal was really good too. You read Criminal?
Oh yeah, I've read all the Criminal. Last year I always read The Winter Soldier once a year. But then after that, I just went on this year I went on a big Brubaker kick. And I read everything he's written pretty much.
Wow.
Sorry guys, my dog's wanting to play. Of course.
Danzig,
hey.
Muted.
Hey.
Good evening. Hi.
Hello, how you doing, Danzig?
Yeah, I'm fine. First time on the show. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for all the videos and memes you sent me through Twitter.
Oh no. Thank you for the free scoops and entertainment you provide. Mikey, Jedi, and Peter. So, good evening to you all.
How's it going?
Thank you very much. Did you get your name from the Misfits singer, Danzig?
No, it's a bit of a nickname that was kind of given to me. So it doesn't come from the rock band from Germany at all. So no.
I thought it was from the singer for sure.
Yeah, Danzig, right? It was one G on him in there.
But I was quite nostalgic here.
How many more of these?
I think the Dolph Lundgren one, because I used to, when there were video stores, I would get down to my local video store, and I was probably underage, and I got that on VHS, and I loved it. All the stuff before you had the proper MCU, that's all you had. You had Dolph Lundgren, you had Matt Slinger as Captain America, you had my hero Nicholas Hammond as Spider-Man. So, it's a different world we're in now.
I remember the Dolph Lundgren one. There was a lot of unhappy comic book fans because he wasn't going to have the skull in his chest.
Yeah. I'm upset about that too.
Yeah, I understand the frustration, but was that 1989?
Yeah.
89, yeah. Yeah, director goes too comic booky.
Yeah.
Like, why are you doing this then?
And people that were upset that Michael Keaton was playing Batman, right?
Oh, really upset. Yeah.
Go over there and hit the fucking like button. All right, you hit it now. You motherfucking hit the fucking like. I just told you to hit the motherfucking like button. So you gotta do it right now. Do it.
Hit the fucking like button, guys.
Yeah.
You know what I noticed? Like, I've noticed that every actor, like, cast as Batman, everybody hates him at first. Like, they all got a lot of flack. I think Christian Bale was the one that I didn't really get that much flack.
Yeah.
Like Keaton, man, they went after Keaton.
Yeah, they did.
Well, maybe Val Kilmer not so much. Clooney definitely.
Yeah.
But then I saw those. I don't think he was appropriate. But Ben Affleck got a lot of flack.
Yep.
And I love him as Batman. It sucks. That so many people have done that to him. It's crazy.
And he's my favorite Batman now. I'd say Affleck was just physically imposing. I
think Affleck looks the part the best, but I actually like Keaton in terms of performance.
Yeah.
Well, Keaton's a better actor. Right?
Yeah. I mean, obviously his costume is really dated and looks kind of goofy now, but in terms of overall performance. But Affleck, I think if he'd been given his own film, really could have put his own stamp on it.
Yeah.
Well, here's hoping. And actually, it's funny. We have 14 viewers, and we have 24 likes. So this is the best stream for likes we've ever had. Not the best stream for viewers, but the best stream for likes.
I think people don't.
You wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing.
Are you not entertained?
Yeah, I need to grab that one. And Can You Dig It by the Warriors.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, Mikey, this one's for you. In your opinion, what are the best chances of restoring the Snyderverse at WB or HBO Max? Are the tweet drives doing anything? Is it scaling more likely than not?
Let me think about this one. You mean what will drive the decision in the end? Is that what he's asking here?
Yeah, what are the best chances of restoring it? Like, okay, first let's start with, are the tweet drives doing anything?
Yeah, they are. I mean, it's one of the things that makes Warner Brothers uncomfortable is the social media interaction, because they really wanted to snuff it out, and they feel that it's going to take away from what they're planning. That the excitement level won't be as high for Our Man and Zatanna. And it's a big concern for them. They have all this. The future of DC films currently, with Hamada's vision, is riding on those new movies. And if they don't create the kind of attention that Snyderverse is getting, they're dead in the water.
Yeah, they're dead.
And a lot of Twitter and Facebook and all this stuff, it kind of gauges the interest level of a project.
Mm-hmm.
And and that interest level creates buzz and then brings people to the theater.
Yeah.
And if it's not there, you got a huge problem.
Mm-hmm.
And right now the problem is that your ex-girlfriend, people like her more than your new girlfriend.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it is.
They love your ex. They don't like this new girl. Who's that? I don't like. They don't like her. And so it's I tell you, man, scooping DC is weird, because if I scoop Marvel, I'll say they're thinking about this project, this TV show, right? Something like that. DC is like, well, these people are developing this, but these people are developing this. And it's like, it's weird. You know,
Yeah.
every time I scoop MCU, I always mention Kevin Feige's name.
Hmm.
But I can scoop Snyderverse on HBO Max, and Walter Hamada will not be in the conversation at all.
Yeah.
That's bizarre to me, you know.
Yeah, it is.
And then they contradict each other. Like
Hmm.
I had 2 articles just run. J.J. Abrams rebooting Justice League, and the other one is The Rock having his own Justice League. And I'm like, the corporation itself is in the multiverse.
Yeah, that's their mindset right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, God, how can you have a future with this kind of organizational chaos? And I don't think they will. I don't think.
No, it's going to be damn near impossible.
Yeah, someone's got to break, right? So, I just don't.
Can you dig it?
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Warriors come out to play.
Okay.
It would be a great film to have a sample for. Is that film? That's Todd Browning movie Freaks, where the dwarf is going, one of us, you're one of us.
Classic exploitation film. Yeah.
One of my all-time favorites.
Yeah. Incredibly ridiculous.
Yeah. It is. You can't beat those weird black and white exploitation movies. Like, how was this made?
They had no shame.
Not at all.
I got a whole list of clips that I got to put out. They're piling up. I got to get some Shaft clips. That's one of my favorite movies.
So, Mikey, the question:
You're gonna have to, Danzig. You're gonna have to speak up a bit, brother.
Put that mic closer.
Yeah. Can you hear me any better now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So my question is: there's a lot of people that say that DC don't have their own Kevin Feige, but I think it's fair to say that Kevin Feige surrounds himself with talent, producers such as Alonso and you have a gentleman's name that I've completely forgotten. But you said the other problem is that you could have an individual as a DC president or their Kevin Feige, but having the infrastructure around them to support them to kind of work with a person. Or is it a case of there's just so many heads there that they don't work in unison?
Well, yeah. With DC, there's several issues that are happening there. That number one, and I do think, the executives involved don't really know comic books, and they don't really care to know. Walter Hamada really doesn't know anything about comic books. He knows horror. That's his shtick. It's horror. That's his expertise. Yeah. He's a fiscal conservative. He knows how to get films on budget and profit from that. But Kevin Feige has a team. It's not just him. I mean, he may call the shots, but he's got a team of writers and producers who all regularly talk with him and map this whole thing out. I mean, he gets most of the credit, but really it's divided between all these people. I think he calls him the Parliament or something like that. His little staff there. But DC doesn't. They tried it with Jeff Johns, but there was a lot of internal personal issues, obviously, between him and other people there. When John was let go, Walter Hamada was kind of like lost because John was a person that he would go to. For any ideas and his knowledge and so forth. They have Jim Lee, but Jim Lee doesn't know anything about movies.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
And if they did hire somebody like that, he'd probably get fired before anything good came out.
Exactly.
I was gonna say one of the other things I think Kevin Feige doesn't get enough credit for is he doesn't waste his time fighting with people.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't fight with the fans, doesn't engage.
Nope. Nope.
Every other company, all the other big, Sony, WB, whatever, they always want to fight with their fans if they're unhappy. He just
Paramount.
never does it.
Yeah.
He's only got positive things to say about everybody.
Yep.
It's a great approach.
Well, he's learned from Stan Lee, is what it is, and Stan Lee was like that. You never saw Stan Lee get in a fight with anybody.
Yeah.
You know, I'm your Uncle Stan. I mean, you know.
Everybody loves Stan.
Yeah, and if you think about a lot of the things that he introduced 50 years ago, it was very progressive. I mean, Black Panther. I mean, back in the 60s. I mean, that's crazy. You know, think about it now. And I heard that there were some drugstores and stuff that were getting death threats for carrying that book, you know, or him in the Fantastic Four. They didn't want to carry it. There's a black man on the cover, you know. But you know, Stan Lee did that back in those more conservative times, and he's well loved. He was well loved throughout his whole life. He never engaged, he never fought with anybody. Rise above, you know.
Yeah, that's you know, it's just something other executives seem unable to do. Any criticism that they feel is targeted at them, they just want to fight back, and you never win that fight.
Yeah, that's kind of what we do in the scoop game too.
Yeah,
you know? It's pretty petty, but we just say, like Arnold says, don't listen to the naysayers, right? Yeah, Chris Barnescore, anyone can join. So you
you know, when I jump into this, when I accidentally fell into the spotlight during Spider-Gate, my people didn't know that for a year prior to that, my life coach worked at Sony, and he worked on the Spider-Man films. He was there when Tom Holland signed. And people,
did you steal one of your sources, Mikey?
No, he's not. Ironically, he isn't. But he told me from the very beginning, you're going to get people hating you. Rise above. Just like, don't fall to their level. And it was the best advice I ever got. And believe me, they all went after me in the beginning. Everybody went after me. And I just like, okay, I'm just going to ignore all the white noise here and just do my thing, you know?
Yeah, just keep trucking.
Yeah, just keep trucking. And like, hey, you know, there are people who do like me, and why should I care about those who don't? And,
you gotta be that way.
Yeah, and honestly, a lot of those guys, they were just feeling competitive. Like, look at this new kid in the block here. New kid in the block? I've been at this since 87. Like, you know?
Jeez.
It's unfortunate no one knew who I was for the past 5 decades, but anyway, you know, whatever. You know, timing is everything, I guess. But
yeah. Well, I mean, ultimately, you always look better than the person who wants to fight by now.
Yeah.
Even if it's painful at the time, down the line, you always look better.
Yeah.
There we go.
I just, like in the beginning, I was just cracking jokes all the time. Like, how would Spider-Man do with it? Oh, he'd make fun of it all.
No. That's a good approach.
You have to laugh, and sometimes you'll cry.
Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of their women.
I think Conan would be an aggressive scooper.
Yeah, you know, I got a question for you guys.
Lobbing heads off.
Why is it like, okay, in the 80s, there weren't that many sequels? You ever, like, not like now, if a film does well, boom, sequel. But I think of like superhero films, right? Like Superman 3 didn't do well, and they kind of gave up on it already.
Yeah.
And Superman 4 had a lower budget. That wasn't even. Was that even Warner? Or was that Golden Globus or whatever?
That was Golden Globus.
Canon. It was Canon.
Yeah, Canon. There you go.
Canon. That was it. Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
oh my gosh.
Step below.
That one scene where they're falling from the building, and like they're fighting, and then Superman just like all of a sudden goes, I was like, what was that?
I'm actually old enough to say that I actually went to the cinema and saw that in my local cinema when I was a boy. But it's you know, it's a great experience to be able to say you saw Christopher Reeve Superman at the cinema, even though they filmed some of the UN in Milton Keynes in the UK, which but there's
it was pretty rough. Hey, did you see any of the Bizarro scenes that they cut?
Yes.
That I'm glad they cut it. Let's just say that it was pretty nasty. Ugh.
I think they used an actor called, I think his name's Clive Mantle. He's been in some UK show called Casualty, which many UK people will know. But there's an interesting story behind the whole. There's apparently a director's cut of Superman.
Yeah, the whole
released
studio.
a Fury cut.
Hamada Burger.
Hey, welcome, Krypton's Core.
What's up, Krypton's Core?
Hey guys, how you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
I was going to say, Mikey, I think I might have an answer to the question you asked.
Okay.
Why there's so many sequels now? I think there's two reasons. One, comparatively, films just don't make as much money collectively as they used to.
Yeah.
And then secondly, because of that, to manage risk, it's much easier to make a sequel. Just cheaper.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like you're
Already
to go
got
to investors
costumes.
for sequels so much easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because I look back and I'm like, that was a successful movie. Why not continue it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like when you like they gave up on Superman. Like after he had two big hits, one flop, but that's it. You know. You know,
Different
Warner
era.
was like, we're
Sold the
done,
rights.
you know?
Was it a documentary on Netflix, Electric Boogaloo? Is that what it was?
I've seen it. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
from Dusk Till Dawn. The documentary, isn't it?
No.
You're talking
Oh,
about the documentary on it's on Canon, right?
Yeah, the Canon.
Oh, yeah, that was hilarious.
Masters of the Universe, and
Oh man, that was a hilarious.
Really well
documentary.
done. Yeah.
yeah, it was good. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out.
What a crazy company, you know?
Yeah.
What behind the scenes stuff.
Very.
Oh, it is too. Then what was the From Dusk Till Dawn documentary called?
I can't remember.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, look it up for sure. I'd like to check it out.
Oh wait, maybe it's Full Tilt Boogie. Yeah, it's Full Tilt.
Yeah, okay.
Tilt Boogie.
I'd seen it, but I haven't watched it. You know what I mean?
How dare you? You need to go watch that movie and the documentary right now. It's the 25th.
Oh no, I've watched the movie.
You're lying.
No, I've watched. You lie. No, I'm not lying. I have watched the movie. Not a cut. You know, maybe once or twice. Not a lot. It's
Hey,
not
you noticed
ingrained in my head.
we were talking about the Scoop game and then people starting to fight, and all of a sudden Krypton's Core shows up. Are you a spy, Krypton?
No, I'm not. No, my whole opinion about the whole situation is I don't want Snyder to ever do movies again. No, listen.
Yeah.
To never do DC movies again.
Oh,
I
okay.
want everything. Sorry, I said movies. Everything that he does to be on HBO Max. He's like a writer, like a book. You know, like those big books, like Lord of the Rings. He writes like epics. His movies are like epics.
Yeah.
So we need that long
Yeah.
format. We need a 6-8 episode series for him.
Because he has so much story, he
Yeah.
can't flesh it out in a 2-hour movie.
You kind of buried your lead there, Krypton.
I know. Sorry. No, I just think it's just I think that's what he needs to do. The series. If he makes like the DC Snyderverse universe into like the next Game of Thrones on HBO, just come up with series. You know, after you finish with Darkseid, let's have freaking Brainiac after that.
Yeah. I've
You know,
been
introduce
waiting
more
to see
superheroes,
Brainiac.
you know? We need a Brainiac. That's what all I think.
Yeah, I've been waiting. Yeah, Superman fan.
Well, that's why HBO Max wants Zack Snyder so much, because he's made for that kind of long form, TV storytelling. Whereas, theatrical releases, man, he can just go on forever.
Yeah. Yeah, I think his universe just works better as a series.
Yeah, it's so dark too. I mean, people go to theaters for like a crowd pleasing experience, and Zach is more meditative.
And a lot of people don't see his vision too.
Yeah.
I see it, of course, but you know.
Yeah, I see it. I see it too. Yeah, it's his own unique,
Take
style.
on everything.
Yeah, it is. It's very much, you know, he's not really faithful to the comic sources. He
Mhm.
kind of tweaks it to his own style,
Yeah.
and I think that's why sometimes people are kind of polarized
Mhm.
by it, because his Superman is not really the Superman in the comic book.
No, of course not.
It's
He's unapologetic about his work. That's what I love about him.
Yeah.
yeah,
For sure.
take it or leave it,
So this Rajneesh guy has about 80 questions. So he should call in.
Nice.
But yeah, by the beard of Zeus, you're right. It's like a graphic novel.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely.
I'm talking about the extraordinary consequences. I'm talking.
Well, fellas, thank you. Cisco's here. Let me just get
Hey, Cisco.
Hello, Cisco.
So,
to that,
do we
Cisco.
think?
Hello there.
Be interested to know what you gentlemen think. It's been quite a while since we've had a big kind of comic convention. Everything's been in lockdown. Do you think we will get something similar to what you would see at the San Diego Comic Convention from Marvel, or what they've done at the El Capitan? Do you foresee there'd be something this year that would have like a coming out party for what Marvel's doing next, such as here's Shang-Chi, Eternals?
That's a good question. Last year we had DC Fandom, and then we had Disney Investor Day, and that was kind of the Marvel's answer to DC Fandom. This year, I don't know. When is D23 next? Does anyone know?
I'll tell
I have to look it up.
I don't think there'll be any major announcements from
Okay,
Marvel
Rocky,
this
chill.
year. Next year, definitely, but I don't think this year.
Yeah, I think it's just too unpredictable right now.
It is, yeah.
Everyone's waiting to hope that Comic Cons will come back, but just keep
Right.
going up and down on this.
We're actually having one here in Charlotte this weekend.
I'm going
with
to
mask and stuff, but you know.
Yeah, but you're in the U.S., right?
Yeah.
So you guys are crazy that way. So
Yeah, there is one on May 8th.
Nuts.
So that,
Yeah, we don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just do.
Theoretically, I guess Marvel could do something live on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of other alternatives if it's not live that they could do. What they'll wind up doing, I'm not sure.
Let this crazy dog out.
I would guess it'll be something similar to what they did a few months ago.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And they're doing a lot of specials for their shows out on Disney Plus right now too, right? So
Yeah.
like the Legends and the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe we'll get another DC Fandom once the WB and HBO Max decide what they're doing. So
That was
You're a
really
funny
good,
guy,
actually.
Sully.
okay, guys. Well, thank you for joining this experiment.
Thank you, guys.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks
Hey,
for having
no
me.
problem.
Great seeing you.
Come on, just fucking Mikey!
Play one before we go. Oh, look. San Diego's having a show in November.
Okay.
Thank you, TiVo.
I just have one quick question.
Yeah, Emerald City Comic Con has one in December. I'll be attending.
Yeah, Snapping Turtle Gallery is going to join, but he's working right now, and he knows all the cons that are happening. But again, you don't know if they're going to happen or not because they could be canceled within a month of,
Yeah. So unpredictable right now.
Yeah.
I'm ready for them to start back up though.
Well, thanks for waiting and tuning in, guys.
And you wonder
Thank you very much.
why you waited so long for something so disappointing.
Hold up.